Hey there, and welcome to the Conversations with Me podcast, aka the CWR Podcast that airs every Wednesday. This is Season 1 Life Is, and I'm your host, Rita. This is episode 7. Hi, and welcome back. Today we are talking Life is Now. So I've recently been thinking about how we wait for perfect moments, in quotes, because we need certain things to align, certain things to come together before we can begin, before we can start, before we can move on to something else. And we think that the right circumstances will equate to that is how it's supposed to happen. And we peg our faith on these seemingly perfect moments that we've created in our mind. That's the perception we have. And yet, I believe that so much of those perfect moments that you're waiting for, so much of life, so much of what it is you're looking for exists in now, in the decision to do it now, start it now, begin now. Do you relate with those moments in yourself when you say, I will start at the beginning of next week, I will start next month, or at the beginning of next month, or I'll start next year, or at the beginning of next year? There's always there is sometimes a thinking that when this new beginning comes, then I'll therefore have all that I need to start. Granted, there are divine moments for certain things, divine set times for certain things that you may not be able to override. And that's something different all on its own. I'm talking about these moments when you have a pull, a push towards something, but you come up with this thought of, let me wait for XYZ to align, or let me wait for the beginning of this to begin. When in that moment is all you need, and all that exists is your decision to start, to begin, to stop being intimidated by the perfect set of circumstances and just say, let's go. And I believe that's where a lot of life is waiting to happen when you make that decision to start, to begin. I'll take working out, for example. So let's assume it's a Tuesday and you are finally ready. You are feeling like, you know what, it's about time. But you figure, let me start Monday so I can, say I began it at the beginning of the week. But I feel like those moments when the pull and the inclination come, that's where the grace and the magic to begin is. So you get the thought on Tuesday, and if your plan is to begin working out every evening, begin that Tuesday, begin that day. Say, you know what, I'll start with a 5-minute workout. I'll start Wednesday morning. We could take working out, for example, or any other, say, project you want to begin. I want to finally begin, baking for sale, or I want to start working out, or I want to start drawing again, or I want to begin a YouTube channel or a podcast, whatever it is. There is something that's pulling you, something I'm going to call a now moment that's telling you, let's start, I'm here, let's begin. But there's this intimidation that it's not yet perfect and you don't have everything right. So you want to wait until you can put everything together, or you will create this false new beginning that you need to start when you literally could begin in that now, in that moment. For example, it could be, let me start looking at recipes right now and tell myself, let's begin this evening. Let's start with maybe 5 minutes of doing an activity related to what it is I want to start. Like, you just begin, you start. You start in, I'm thinking of doing something new with my walls. Start. Don't wait until you have the perfect conditions, perfect equipment. Perfect is this. I think perfect is, personally, I think perfect is like this illusion that's created to blind you, to make you think that it is something that you attain to, whereas it simply is. That is your perfect moment. That is the moment. The tools that you have, the resources that you have, the first idea that you have is the perfect idea to begin. And we miss out on so many opportunities, so many graces to go forth, because we keep pushing it. We keep pushing that beginning. We keep saying when everything looks like this, or if everything gets to this point. So I'm hoping to encourage our conviction to begin in each now, to start with each now, to simply begin, to simply start. A Tuesday could as well be the day, a Wednesday, a Sunday afternoon, a Monday night. Even better, there are certain things you have probably had meetings with yourself and said, let me wait for 2023 to begin. Perhaps XYZ will look this way and that means I can. It's November 2022. There's already a pull and a drawing to that thing, and you're probably ignoring it or silencing it. I challenge you to begin now, to do what it is that you need to do. Maybe begin the research, maybe begin the pre-production, maybe begin looking through things you want to do towards that. Don't put it off. Do it now. Start now. Let it build into itself and experience uncovering the hidden gems of life in each now, in each moment, there is so much hidden in now. That's really the conviction I have. That's really the story I'm trying to pitch to you. So you need to start. You need to begin. Don't put it off till 2023. This video goes up on a Wednesday, so don't put it off until next week. If you're watching this on a Wednesday, or if you're watching it on a Thursday or a Friday, do something about that thing tomorrow. Do something about that thing tonight. Do something about that thing after this video. Start now. Start now and see where that leads to, and see what comes out of literally just taking the step in to doing it. Start now and see what comes forth. And I believe that slight inching forward towards that thing will open up so much for you, versus waiting to do it in this grand way. Start, take that one step forward, and then take the next, and then take the next. Simply by starting now, simply by making this the beginning, making this the starting point, making your now the starting point. Now is the moment, not when, not then. Start now. Start now, not 2023, not next week, not next month, now. And the grace you need will show up. It will show up. It could show up in the form of a person, it could show up in form of clarity, it could show up in resources, it could show up in any way, but it will show up. But you have to start, you have to begin, and you have to do it now. Whatever your now is, whatever that now clarifies itself as, begin Go forth, start, and see. So until the next one, arise and shine. Bye. Thank you for being here. You can catch new episodes of the CWR podcast every Wednesday, either by watching via IAmArete on YouTube or listening on your favorite podcast provider. The CWR podcast is currently available on Spotify and Anchor. This has been Conversations with Ree.